begin to winner, you gotta have the tool. Sports and business is all the same. You gotta know your opponent, and you gotta know yourself. You gotta train properly, you gotta get your rest, and you better know what you're putting in your body.
New Power Burst. Not just a thirst quencher, but an advanced performance sports drink.
Why not be a winner?
Power up with Power Burst.
When my OJ first started traveling, I said, call me from the airport, collect. But the price I was paying. Well, now, OJ dials 1-800-COLLECT. These days, we talk more often than ever. OJ.
1-800-COLLECT. Dial it instead of 0 the next time you call someone collect.
Oh, I'm getting along.
Some people love cola so much they can't stop drinking it. And for them, there's RC. With RC, you get a great cola taste that's easy on the syrup, easy on the gas. So it doesn't feel like too much. Right, OJ? RC. A great cola taste that's easy on the syrup, easy on the gas. For people like OJ Simpson, who can't stop drinking cola.
Nobody does it better than Hertz.
Nobody does it better. Hertz leads the others by far. Nobody does it best for you. Hertz, the superstar.
Nobody has more of what it takes to rid you of Fairmont, Mustang, LTD, or other fine car faster.
Hertz, the superstar.
You know it.
This computer is the...
What's it cost to be a winner in Florida? As little as $69 a week.
Everybody loves the winner. Only the winner can really make things happen.
In Florida, you can rent a car from number one at a bargain price. Just $69 a week rents an air-conditioned subcompact from Hertz. And no charge for mileage.
Everybody loves the winner. Everybody.
Hey, OJ, I know people go to Hertz for terrific service. But off the record, where do you go for a terrific price? Hertz. Come on, you can level with me.
Arnie, Hertz prices are lower than you think. And now with their new low daily economy fares, their prices are competitive with anybody's.
Anybody's?
You got it, Arnie.
I wish I could say the same for you, OJ.
Hertz, the #1 way to rent a car.
13.
Hey, OJ.
You sure enjoy that Golden Pioneer chicken.
Oh, yeah, I love it. As much as I love Pioneer's new country spicy chicken. The Golden Pioneer chicken has a crispy, crunchy taste. Sure, but country spicy is a whole new way to love chicken.
Well, at least you both agree on Pioneer's new buttermilk biscuits.
Who wouldn't? They're baked fresh in Pioneer's own oven, fluffy to give you mouth-watering taste. Why, they're almost as good as my mama's. Your mama.
The taste America loves best. Pioneer.
Mama never told me about you.
Hey, OJ, why are you so happy? It's Monday, but everybody hates Mondays. Not me, because Pioneer's NFL Monday Night Football specials are back. You get 2 pieces of delicious Pioneer chicken with mashed potatoes and gravy for $1.29, or 8 pieces with large mashed potatoes and gravy for only $4.99. Why so many, OJ? Some of my friends have appetites like bears, like lions, like cowboys. Like raiders, like giants, like buccaneers,
Summertime. Great for relaxing with friends and enjoying Pioneer's Summer Fun Special. You get 8 large pieces of Golden Pioneer chicken, mashed potatoes, gravy, and coleslaw for just $6.99. And Pioneer's even got free coupons for a Universal Studios tour, with the biggest discounts including a free admission. There's exciting attractions like Transformers Base Camp, 2010 Spacewalk, and much more. Of course, Pioneer Chicken Summer Fun Special for $6.99 is a great way to make new friends, right, fellas? Here, put these on. They won't recognize us.
Welcome to Hertz. I'd know you guys even without the American Express card.
See, I told you these glasses wouldn't work.
Uh-oh, now we'll never get out of here.
I guess they're here for Hertz, not us. $99 a week for a Hertz car in Florida? Hard to beat.
Especially with all the Hertz services.
Arnie, OJ.
At least someone wants our autograph.
The American Express card? Don't leave home without it.
Hertz, the #1 way to rent a car.
Why did Hertz invent #1 Club Gold service? To beat the rush hour. See, every plane and everybody seems to land at once. But with Gold service, there's no stopping at the counters and no paperwork. Instead, you go nonstop to your waiting car with your name in lights. Only Hertz has #1 Club Gold. The best reason yet why Hertz beats the rush hour. To Hertz, the rest of the day is a piece of cake. Kids don't have a fighting chance without a good club, like the one I had, the Boys Club. Support the Boys Clubs of America. The quality, it sure matters to me.
Made in the USA.
Made fit. It matters to me.
Everything that says American-made style and quality says it proudly.
Made in the USA.
Ask for the Made in the USA label because it does matter to all of us.
You better believe it matters to me.
Ask for and buy Made in the USA.
Made in the USA.
Over the past 8 years, 15,000 car renters were asked who's the best for clean, dependable cars. In every survey, Hertz came out on top.
Modesty forbids me from taking all the credit.
They were asked who's the best in providing high-quality service. Hertz again.
It was nothing.
And who's the best company overall? You guessed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
About the only thing they weren't asked is who's the best spokesperson.
You're kidding.
At least you have your health.
The T-Bird has a V6 fuel-injected engine. And the Continental has anti-lock disc brakes. Let's see what the guys know.
The T-Bird has 2 doors.
The Continental has 4 doors.
The T-Bird is $39.90 a day at Hertz.
The Continental is $44.90.
I rested my case.
Do you think they'll renew our contracts?
Hertz announces great low weekly rates, like $99 a week here in Arizona.
Or only $89 a week here in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, Arnie? But what about $99 a week here in sunny California?
Or, OJ, only $59 a week here in sunny Florida. Brutal, Juice, brutal.
Hertz, you don't just rent a car, you rent a company.
When you need to rent a truck, for company business or yourself, call Hertz and rent the exact truck you need at a price that can save you money. Hertz has been adding even more new trucks, and that means more reliable trucks, from Econoline vans up to giant tractors. You name it, Hertz rents it. And if you're moving, do it yourself with the easy-to-drive Hertz truck and save. So when you need a Ford or other reliable truck, make Hertz your #1 call. There's a location near you.
Wow, Jay, some guys are sure in a hurry to get to the airport.
Guess he doesn't know about Hertz' new instant return. With Hertz, you don't have to rush to return your car, because now Hertz gives you your receipt right at your car.
So you have everything you need to do your expense report.
I'll have your receipt right away.
It's too bad he didn't know about Hertz instant return.
Now at Hertz, you can rent a T-Bird for just $39.90 a day, or a Lincoln Town Car for just $44.90.
Coming or going on a business trip, you've got no time to waste. And nobody knows that better than Hertz. Whether it's picking up or dropping off your Ford or other fine car, nobody has more to do it faster.
Getting you out with super speed. Hertz, the superstar in rent-a-car. Hertz, the superstar in rent-a-car.
You know it. You get to be the superstar in rent-a-car when you've got the kind of people who can get things ready. Even before you get there, Hertz has more of them than anyone. People who want to get their job done fast and who can put out that extra effort when things get busy.
Go, Hertz, go!
People who know the most important thing is getting each customer away fast into a reliable Ford or other fine car. Come to Hertz.
The superstar in rent-a-car.
You know it. Here's a few tips on how to get out of an airport fast. 1. Join the number 1 club and reserve a car with Hertz. 2. Have your license and credit card ready, because Hertz will be ready for you. Just sign and go. 3. Need directions? Ask Hertz. They know the shortest route. Nobody can get you out of an airport faster. Nobody can get you out of an airport faster.
Go, Juice! Go!
Rent a Ford from Hertz.
A superstar in rent-a-car.
Right.
Waterloo has 3 Super Bowl trophies. Join me, O.J. Simpson, to find out what makes him the best owner in the league Sunday on NFL Live.
Next on NFL Live.
Thanksgiving in football, an American tradition that continues here in the Persian Gulf. As I'll be coming to you live throughout the day with members of our armed forces as we watch the game here in Saudi Arabia. Anything can happen.
I used to run through airports. Now I fly through them. With new Hertz number 1 Express service, I fly nonstop from my plane to my car without stopping at the counter. If you ask for number 1 Express when you make your reservation, your Ford or other fine car and contract will be waiting at the number 1 Express booth. Once again, Hertz puts you in the driver's seat faster than anybody else. Introducing Hertz economy fares for every day of the week. Now you don't have to give up traveling like a winner to save money.
You mean I can get a good rate without going to those companies off the airport?
Right. Go with number 1. A Ford Escort is as little as $29.99 weekdays, $19.99 weekends, or $119 a week. You save on larger cars, too, so call Hertz.
Whereas winners rent.
Company that first put you in the driver's seat is putting you in the airplane seat. Because now when you've rented from Hertz for a total of 5 days, you can fly all over the country for just $49.95 one way. And Florida's as little as $29.95.
Coffee, sir?
You can even fly to Europe or Hawaii for $149.95.
Excuse me, sir, you're in the wrong seat.
The Hertz Travel Award Program. Let Hertz put you in the airplane seat.
You know, growing up is tough. For kids to make it, they need a fighting chance, like the one I got at the Boys Clubs of America. The Boys Clubs stay open to give kids a place to go and a chance to make friends. The clubs are run by trained adults with a lot of heart and time to listen. I'm glad I had a Boys Club. And so are a million kids today, because growing up is still tough, and kids don't have a fighting chance without a good club.
The 1970 Chevrolet Nova is extremely comfortable and has over 2,917 cubic inches of padding. O.J. Simpson is not extremely comfortable and has only 27 cubic inches of padding. Nova has 307 cubic inches of standard V8 engine. O.J. Simpson does not have 307 cubic inches of standard V8 engine. Nova, though small and maneuverable, holds 5 fully grown adults at the same time. O.J. does not hold 5 fully grown adults at the same time. Nova is available in a coupe, a sedan, and an SS version. O.J. Simpson is not available in a coupe, sedan, and an SS version. In conclusion, we think it's fair to say that the 1970 Chevrolet Nova is a lot better automobile than O.J. Simpson. Besides, the Nova costs a lot less to run.
Winners don't have time to wait, so they rent from Hertz. Nobody can get you into your Fairmont, LTD, or other fine car faster than number 1. With the Hertz number 1 club, you just show your credit card, your license, sign, and go. No wonder the presidents of over 80% of America's top 500 companies carry Hertz cards.
Hiya, Juice.
Hey, Jimmy Connors. Hertz, where the winners rent.
Ever since I was a kid, I've hated to wait. Whenever there was a shortcut, I took it.
I still hate to wait. So when I rent a car, I get a Hertz #1 Express Pass. That way I don't have to wait in line at the rental counter. I go right to the #1 Express booth where my car is waiting for me. Ask Hertz for #1.
Well, I'm in manhood training to become a Mantico warrior, and I've been assigned to...
You were assigned to speak to your
Today on Greatest Sports Legends, host Michael Jordan meets with a man who was once the most spectacular running back in the NFL. He gained over 1,000 yards in 5 consecutive seasons and electrified fans all over America every time he touched the ball. His name, O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson's prolific career in football contained more record-breaking performances than could be expected from any mere mortal. Simpson, however, played the game as if he were a supernatural being in shoulder pads, capable of rendering entire defenses helpless in the face of his Mercurian speed and mystifying feats of open field running. O.J.'s talent was so vast that he was able to elevate the performance of a team, the Buffalo Bills, and propel them to the very heights of the NFL. O.J. Simpson, the man of 1,000 moves, was a running back who played the game on a level all his own. At the La Costa Hotel and Spa in Carlsbad, California, Greatest Sports Legends host Michael Jordan spoke with O.J. not only about his remarkable accomplishments on the field, but also about such things as the name, which has become part of his legacy.
O.J., you're someone who possesses some unique qualities, both as a person and as an athlete. First of all, there's the name. How did you get it, and did it make you feel different or special as a kid?
Well, as a kid, Michael, it was the only name I knew. You know, as a matter of fact, I think I was in the 3rd grade. I had transferred schools in San Francisco. My family had moved, and you know, when all the kids are sitting there and the teachers are calling out your name and they want you to sit down, and they'd call out every name, and I was still standing there, and she says, well, she went through the list, and she says, are you Orenthal? And I said, no. She said, what's your last name? I said, Simpson. She says, Orenthal. I kind of sensed, well, maybe it was something I didn't know, and I sat down. Well, when I got home that day, I said, Mom, what's my name? You know, because all my life they'd call me O.J.
Orenthal James Simpson first gained glory while playing tailback for the University of Southern California. During his collegiate career, O.J. set 13 school records and was twice named to the All-American team. The Trojans appeared in 2 Rose Bowls during O.J.'s era, and this performance against Big Ten champion Indiana in 1967 paved the way for a 14-3 Trojan win, which sealed the national title. Another of Simpson's memorable games at USC took place that same year against hated rival Notre Dame. On this day, O.J. waged a one-man war with the Fighting Irish and came out on top with 150 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Southern Cal came away with their first win at South Bend in 38 years.
Would you say that was the most memorable game in your career, or another game, maybe?
Well, actually, Michael, later on that year was probably my favorite game in my whole career. And it was against UCLA, our crosstown rivals. And just to set it up, you know, we go into this game. They're the #1 team in the nation, and I think we're the #2 team in the nation. We had lost a week before. That's why we weren't still #1. It's against crosstown rivals, SC, UCLA. We're in the same town. The city championship is on the line. The winner will go to the Rose Bowl. The winner will probably be the national champions. It's the last
last year Game of the Year, and Gary Beeman and I are the two leading candidates for the Heisman Trophy. So everything was on the line in the game, and it was a well-played football game. I had a 13-yard run that I'm sort of proud of early in the game. It was a sweep around the left side, and I just turned up and tried to, get my knees up, and I know I broke a couple of tackles, and the next thing I knew, I was in the end zone.
O.J.'s impressive touchdown run gave USC a 14-7 lead, but UCLA stormed back to take the lead at 20-14 late in the game. After nearly breaking this kickoff return, O.J. set up USC's final drive.
Quarterback, Toby Fay, looks over the ends off the Simpson big hole. He's up to the 40, he's up to the 45, the 50,
Simpson's 64-yard run gave USC a dramatic victory in one of college football's classic games. In 1968, O.J. capped off a brilliant career by winning the Heisman Trophy.
The thing that I wanted, the tangible thing that I wanted was a Heisman Trophy. And I felt that, hey, if I did the things that I had to do to win, hey, I had a good shot at winning it. And when I won it, I felt, hey, yeah, I felt that I accomplished the things that I wanted to accomplish this year.
After being drafted #1 by the Buffalo Bills in 1969, O.J. found himself on a losing team with no running game. Simpson still managed to flash some brilliance, which provided a hint of things to come.
I started playing tennis right here in La Costa, about 15 years ago. Yeah. This your first time here?
No, this is my third, but I think the golf here is so extraordinary. I love playing here. It's beautiful weather. It's got to be the best weather I ever been around. O.J., after some disappointing years in Buffalo, it seems as though in 1972 you kind of turned the corner and things changed for you.
Well, what happened is the Buffalo Bills hired Lou Saban. After 2 years of John Rauch, a passing coach, and Harv Johnson, a coach that was really a little over his head. They brought in Lou Saban, a coach who was noted for his running game, having rough, tough offensive running games. And two runners who had played for him previously, Floyd Little and Cookie Gilchrist, had both led the league in rushing. So I was pretty happy that Lou was coming in. And they drafted Reggie McKenzie, who, as you know, became my main man.
With an improved offensive line, O.J. Simpson blossomed into the star attraction that fans had been waiting to see. The 72 season saw O.J. reach the coveted 1,000-yard mark for the first time in his career. The following year, O.J. would embark on a mission never before accomplished in league history.
We knew we had what we call the horses. Now, I never thought about 2,000 yards. I wanted to lead the league in rushing again, obviously. I wanted to be the best. You always want to be the best at what you do. We wanted to win football games, and the Bills had lost 4 or 5 losing seasons in a row, and we knew we had a chance to have a winning team. And the first game of the year, we played against the New England Patriots, and we had lost 6 straight preseason games. And in that game, we won our opening game for the first time in 6 years. And I broke a single game rushing record. I rushed for 250 yards in that game. And Reggie McKenzie said, hey, let's forget 1,000 yards. Let's forget leading the league in rushing. Let's go for 2,000 yards this year. And I thought he was a little crazy, but I liked his enthusiasm, So I said, hey, let's go for it.
The seemingly impossible quest to gain 2,000 yards began on the first Sunday of the 1973 season. O.J.'s record-breaking 250-yard day set the tone for a season that would prove to be nothing short of incredible. O.J. went on to gain 100 yards in 9 of his next 11 games and made believers out of more people every time he touched the ball. In the 13th game of the year, O.J. plowed through the snow for an amazing 219 yards, which put him just 61 yards away from Jim Brown's single-season rushing record and 197 yards away from the awesome mark of 2,000 yards.
It all came down to that final game of the season against the Jets. The game was played in a snowstorm. The field was a mess. Did those factors affect your mental outlook?
Well, actually, that last game, we knew no matter what happened, we're going to break that record. I think I needed something like 61 yards, and if I had to carry the ball 61 times, we're going to break the record. I think the confidence came from really the week before. We had a horrible day in Buffalo. It was the middle of one of the worst blizzards of the 7 years I had been there in Buffalo. And we were playing New England Patriots, and we were able to get 219 yards rushing that game, which only left us 61 yards short of Jim's record. So when we came into New York, even though it was freezing, it was about 0 degrees, and there was a frozen field. The conditions weren't as bad as they were the week before. And when we went out there, boy, we were one determined team.
Thus, the stage was set for O.J. to complete the final leg of his remarkable season-long journey. Ignoring the brutal weather conditions, O.J. first pursued Jim Brown's record.
Ferguson, Simpson, running left, Simpson. There it is. It'll hit him and he's all right.
After attaining that record early in the game and celebrating with his teammates, O.J. kept on running until he'd gone where no runner had gone before.
O.J. running left. O.J. 5 more. Maybe more. I don't know. Maybe 6. There it is. He's in. All right, everybody with their hands in the air, especially number 67, Red McKenzie. He's the guy who...
Following the game, O.J. brought the entire offensive team to the press conference so that they could share the spotlight.
That's it. He's coming out of the game.
I don't think there's ever been a football team as close as our unit was, especially our offensive unit. And I just felt, hey, this was our record. It wasn't just O.J.'s record. It was a group thing. It was a group accomplishment. And it was just as much Reggie McKenzie's and Paul Seymour and Mike Mottler's as it was mine. So I said, hey, I'm not going into any press conference without these guys. And they said, okay. So our offensive unit went into the room, and I felt they should take their bows with me because we did it as a unit.
O.J., considering the phenomenal year that you had in 1973, how did you manage to keep the intensity going?
Well, 73 was a great year for me, and I personally, I felt that my place was made in the NFL. But you play the game to win, and for me, winning was what it was all about. And I still hadn't played on a championship team, and so it was, until that day had come, I can see what teams could have a tough time repeating, because you can get somewhat complacent, I would imagine, after you've won a championship. But I never had the opportunity to experience that, and the fact that I wasn't champ, we hadn't gone to the Super Bowl, that kept me hungry.
In the wake of his phenomenal 1973 season, O.J. continued to carry the Bills' offensive workload. He went over 1,000 yards for the third straight year, but at times appeared to be traveling faster than a speeding bullet. One would have argued if Simpson donned a red cape and wore an S on his chest. The man was simply superhuman.
What was a great motivator for O.J. Simpson?
I don't know. As a kid, I guess my first sense of acceptance came from the gym. or the playgrounds. And I guess you express yourself. Somehow you can be the person that you want to be, or you can have people view you in the vein that you like to be viewed at. There's a certain adulation. There's a certain, the fact that people will take the time to look at you to say, hey, I like this guy. This guy has something to offer. And the only place I could achieve that was in the gym and on the playgrounds. And I guess that became my motivation. That I wanted to be known. I wanted to be liked. When the Giants came to San Francisco in 1957, everybody was excited. My teachers, the white teachers, my uncle Hollis, because Willie Mays was coming. And it seems that every time they would speak of Willie Mays, they'd be happy. It would be with some joy. And hey, I wanted to be able to affect people like that.
Entering the record books became sort of a routine for O.J. During the 1975 season, he nearly reached the 2,000-yard mark again, but injuries held him to a league-leading 1,817 yards. He was, however, successful in his bid to break Gale Sayers' NFL record for touchdowns in a season, which stood at 22. Final game of the year against Minnesota, the Juice juked his way past two frozen defenders and danced into the record books with his 23rd touchdown of the season.
You once described Walter Payton of the Chicago Bears as an insane runner. How would you describe your own style?
I felt that when I ran the ball, I was sort of a cerebral runner. I look at a guy like Marcus Allen. I think I enjoy his style of running today because even though he may not be as fast and as big as a lot of runners, he understands running the football. I mean, you can see him. Every move he makes, you can see that the guy understands. You can see what he's trying to do. I consider myself a student of the game. I understood defense. I studied defense. I understood our offense. I understood the capabilities of the players around me. I was one of these guys that driving home from work, some days I wouldn't even recall driving home because I'd be dreaming about running a 23 blast or running plays and what would happen if this happened. So my mind and my soul was in running the ball.
In 1976, O.J. Simpson established a new NFL record for yards gained in a game with a 273-yard day against the Detroit Lions. When he retired from the game in 1979, O.J. was the second leading rusher of all time. In 1985, he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
I want to thank all the fans, especially those in Buffalo. I mean, they were out there. They were out there when I couldn't see the other goal line, when I couldn't see the sidelines, and there were 80,000 of them in the stands. And I just want all the fans in the NFL to know how much I appreciate it. No matter what stadium I played in, you cheered me, and you made me feel appreciated and welcome. And I want to tell you that I know now, already in my heart and in my memories, the thing that I will miss the most about this game is the sound of your applause and your cheers. Thank you very much.
Athlete O.J. was just a super running back. You can't do that because, you got to call a spade, man. You know what I'm saying?